Happy Sunday, HopePointe. Welcome back. We are going to continue learning about Moses and his people and how God has continued to rescue them. And a few weeks ago, we talked about God parting the Red Sea so that Moses and his people could walk across and be rescued from the Pharaoh and going into slavery. And so as Moses and his people were wandering through the desert trying to find a place to live, they began to grow really weary, and they forgot about all of the things God had done for them because they were hungry and they were thirsty, and they probably were really stinky because they hadn't had a place to bathe or shower in a few weeks. And they were just really tired. And so they began to think that God didn't love them anymore, that they had forgotten about all of the things God had done for them. But every day of their journey, we see in our story that God has continuously provided for them. When they were hungry, God made bread fall down from heaven, fall from the sky, and it rained bread. And so they were able to eat. And when they were thirsty, God made water shoot out from a rock. And so they were able to drink. And so they were able to be fed and they were able to drink, but they were still forgetting about the things that God had done for them, that God was going to rescue them and that he was watching out for them. So one day, a huge storm came through, and Moses climbed up on the mountain, and there was thunder and lightning, and God called upon Moses on the mountain, and he told them about these rules that he wanted them to follow. And these rules we call the 10 Commandments. And he said, I want you to love me more than anything else in all of the world, and know that I love you too. That's the most important thing of all. And so as Moses came down from the mountain and told all of the people about the commandments God had given them, they promised that they would always remember that God was going to take care of them, and that God was going to continuously rescue them, and that all they had to do was obey his commandments and trust in him. And now, they didn't always get it right. They often did not follow the 10 Commandments, but it didn't matter because God knew that they had faith and they trusted in him, and that was the most important thing. The 10 Commandments were not going to save him, that only God could save them. And so they tried really hard to keep all of the rules, but it was okay whenever they messed up because they still had faith that God was going to rescue them and save them. And so it's a really interesting story. And it's surprising because even after all the times that God had rescued them, they still would forget. And they would forget what God was like. They would forget what he had done for them. But God never forgot them. He kept on showing his people that he would look after them. They would trust and obey him. They even would forget after he made bread rain down from the sky and that he gave them water out of a rock. And then he gave them the commandments to show them that they need a rescuer and that he is the one who saves them. And the commandments help them know, love, and follow him better. And so as they begin to follow the 2 Commandments, they realize that the commandments tell us that God should be more important to us than anything or anyone else. And they also tell us to do or not to do many other things. So my question for you is, does obeying the 10 Commandments save people, or does God save people? No, only God can save us. In the story, the people promised to do everything God had said, to obey all of the 10 Commandments, but no matter how hard they tried, they could never keep God's commandments all the time. Again and again, they would forget what God had done, and they would forget what God is like. And again, they would not obey his commandments. And God knew this, and he wanted them to know it too. God wanted them to remember that he is the one who saves them. Obeying the commandments cannot save them. Only God can. but there is someone who did obey all of the commandments, and we find that out much, much later in the Bible, and that's Jesus. Now, I have a wonderful craft for you guys today, and parents, you will need a toilet paper roll. And so if you don't have one, if you'll reach out to me, I can find a way to get you one, and we can go from there. It's a really fun and unique craft today. So let me know if you need anything, and don't forget that October 31st from 2 to 5 p.m. we are going to be having our fall festival with Trunk or Treat, and there's going to be games and face painting and lots of fun activities for the kids to get out and stay socially distanced, but still have a really good time and enjoy the day together. And so if you have any information or would like to sign up for Trunk or Treat, you can email me at lauren@hopepointe.org. So we'd love to see you, and we love you guys.